Hello everybody and welcome to another breakdown video here for the checkpoint challenge. This time we're gonna take a look at the Wiseacre Ranch, which is a quite difficult course in the game. I do, however, love that course. I think it's a beautiful one to play, but that is with good clubs. Make sure to sign up for the checkpoint challenge guide, so make sure to make as little mistakes possible, because that's how it is to win in the checkpoint challenge and go through the track in the cheapest possible way. So sign up, get checkpoint challenge guides to make less mistake than your opponent. Scan the QR code here on the screen, or you go directly to patreon.com/golfclashtommy. Let's take a look at the track here that we do have for the checkpoint challenge. You can see here that we do have a consecutive wins required for each checkpoint. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. So in the end, there is a lot of checkpoints to reach to be able to get to the top end prize. But again, to use our guides, you will make sure to do less mistakes, and therefore you will win more game and make sure that you reward yourself with the best possible prizes. Because the fact is, the checkpoint challenge is the game mode that rewards the players on average the best rewards for the very little work it actually takes to play the checkpoint challenge. But listen through this video and hear me talk a little bit about the Wiseacre Ranch. Let's have a look at the Wiseacre Ranch, one of the courses that I do like the most personally, but that is with some good clubs. I would say of them, I would say when it comes to the Wiseacre Ranch, it offers a mix of difficulty and also some simplicity. But it's all about getting to fairway and then getting to green to not make mistakes, and you will have a lot of wins just by doing so. Now, hole number 1, we are in tailwind, playing as far down the fairway we can. This is a serious drop possibility if you do have the wind for it, and there will be opponents pushing hard here, and I do feel that that's definitely justified because there is water there, but it's not there. So we're not gonna get into the water here if we're not making something super stupid. If having a crosswind or tailwind, you can't really reach over here regardless what type of ball you're using. Bounce on the fairway, over the rough and the sand, and then leave for a short iron, and then you will most likely just get to shoot out. Hole number 2, here use backspin, land up here. That's my recommendation. This part here is very bumpy and very hard to control. Use a backspin boost ball if you can, but if you do not want to play that type of play, you can use this pad, bounce over the rough and the sand. Comes in a little groovy spot there in my opinion. Hole number 3, tailwind, and it's going to be a pretty easy par 5 where you blast the ball down here to bounce over here, and then from there you do have a short iron towards the pin. If you do have a headwind and cross, we need to go down this narrow fairway on the right, making sure that we're staying away from the rough. Then we use this fairway here to bounce over the rough and the sand. Hole number 4, tailwind, we are sending it. We are blasting it down here, trying to bounce somewhere here, getting the ball to green, or just a controlled way to wedge. If you do have a crosswind or tailwind, you can't reach over there, we lay up here. So we bounce either there to there, or we go directly to this fairway, lay up there. Then you can go here. You can see all this part that looks like sand, that's actually rough. So you have loads of rough to play on, and I would say one of the easier rough to hit when you're trying a rough bump. Doesn't matter if you just leave it short or whatever, you would get a birdie here. But I do feel like hole number 1 that an eagle is definitely a possibility. Hole number 5, we use backspin if we can, land it on green, and if you have a ball that gives you extra backspin, that could definitely be a very helpful thing. Here you can also use the pad here to bounce there up towards the pin. Could be a simple way to just get the ball to pin, but very hard to control the speed because it all depends on what wind direction and what tee box you're playing from. Hole number 6, the toughest of the Wiseacre Ranch in my opinion. Here, if you do have a favorable wind, which is tailwind, we go down here, land it as close to the rough line possible, and then we are going to play bouncing here, over there, or just lay up here and attack the pin from there. If we do have the possibility in a crosswind, then we can bounce there, over there, and then go for pin like that. Headwind, we need to lay up short because it's going to be hard to reach over here, and I would say there are so many different ways of playing this hole. All of them are super boring, and all of them is if you get an eagle, you will most likely win before going to shootout, but it's all about not making mistakes. Having a bad rough iron or sandwich and getting it into the rough and the sand here, you can be here for a long time making a par, and then your opponent will win just with a birdie. Hole number 7, there will be opponents trying to send it down here, but there's a lot of risk doing so, and you need to have the perfect wind for doing so. So what we recommend is to go down the left-hand side. That will always secure the birdie, but obviously in the end, you will not be able to go for green. Sure, if your opponent goes first and he or she goes to green, then you may have to follow suit and do your best to get there as well, so you're not losing outright. Hole number 8, we're going either to go directly up here to use a lot of backspin, a controlled way to land on the green, or you do a rough bump to roll the ball up towards the pin. The rough bump here has a little sticky spot, which always is helpful on par 3s. Hole number 9, if you do have a tailwind, blast the ball as far down the fairway possible, and then you have a short iron or a long iron towards the pin. Simple way of getting an eagle, as I do not really believe for an albatross here, if not having a very favorable clubs. If you do have a headwind across, we need to get as far down as possible here, depending on how far you can reach. Then you either bounce there and roll the ball to green, or you go directly over the rough using backspin, land the ball on green. So that was Wiseacre Ranch, everyone. Pretty much, I enjoy this course, I really do, but that is with some good clubs, obviously. It's going to be tough with crappy clubs. It's going to be a little bit easier with good clubs. That's how it always is. If you do want to have a checkpoint challenge guides, then you sign up by scanning the QR code or go directly to patreon.com/golfclashtommy. We do have something for each and every one when it comes to guide. Checkpoint challenge, tour play guides, and for tournament guides as well. So make sure to sign up today, and I wish you the best of luck in the checkpoint challenge.